Well, we're going to go look at the megalithic site theater that goes with the Temple of Zeus. And as we will see, it's been blown up as well. So it'll be interesting to see these blocks and how they're scattered and see what walls are still standing and just touch and see and feel the megalithic massiveness of this place. We wouldn't even know how to piece it back together.
Where would you start?
Oh, those are some nice blocks. They don't look like much, but they got the lion on them and they're black. Interesting. Almost look like they've been recently put there. Like, what's all these recent tracks of mud? They've been driving in here and moving blocks around. These are ancient. These carvings are ancient. These were on the original building. These are original megalithic carvings on the rocks. You can see the lions here. The mane of the lion, the body. The back leg's still there, it was attached. The front leg would have been here. Almost 3D. Right?
Look at how good they get.
Look at this one. And if you look at these animals, it's an animal I don't even recognize. See this funny mane that almost goes back to here?
It's almost like a hyena or
It
something.
looks like a hyena. But it looks odd. And even a lot of these lions, they look oddly shaped in comparison to today. Another one with these fins going back. So the reason why they look oddly shaped and we don't really 100% recognize them is they were animals that existed before the flood and they didn't exist after the flood. Not every animal was saved in the flood, even though we as the Christian community like to believe Noah had a pair of every animal that existed on earth. The truth is many were lost. Distant cousins. Look at the pile of rubble over there.
Oh, looks like a warthog almost.
Look
Now
like
that we have a face.
Yes, I see the hog in it now. But what's on? But it's got hooves. Do hogs have hooves?
I think so.
Maybe. I think they might.
Not saying they have manes quite like that, but it sure
No,
gives
they do.
warthog like feeling.
But the mane is almost right to the bottom of the spine.
Again, like a distant cousin. Just
Right.
I've never seen we've seen lions and we've seen birds and things of that nature. It's the first time I've seen a different like warthog.
It's the first time
a
I've
pig.
In my ancient looking, I've never seen one. Which makes me want to go take a picture.
I think we'll come back when we walk back out. We'll walk the other side on the way out just to be
Probably.
efficient. Talk about rubble just blowing up on the side of a hill.
Big megalithic blocks. Crumbled as if it was. Maybe the original building was on the top and those are all the side walls that have fallen down. We may discover more as we get to the top of it, but you can just see how it's just all fallen down. Look at the precision of these walls. Beauty of this space. Magnificence. The graveyard continues. Wow. Wow. sometimes I wish I could come back to the earth when all these megalithic buildings, before anything was blown up. I can't imagine. If this is just the building, imagine all the support things that went with the building. Their lifestyle, the clothing, the furniture, the other artifacts made out of wood or gold or of ivory, of material and fabrics that are all gone. They must have been equally as magnificent. And yet it's so ancient. That stuff is just erased from history. Because there's no way they'd have megalithic buildings and then they live simply, right? It just doesn't, that wouldn't add up.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Boy, this seating is bigger and just bigger than I was expecting. Steeper than I was expecting. Hey, it's pretty steep, isn't it? It's as if the carving and moving and placing of stone was effortless at the time. I wonder if they restacked that wall because...
Look at from here. There's no way it was originally that lopsided.
Well, that's fair.
It got hit, maybe, but... What baffles me is the amount of effort to do that to all the seating. Look at the size of the stones. Look at how they're all just strewn over there. Maybe it's just the earth eroding away, but...
It'll be interesting. You could stay here. I'll go down there. I will talk in a human voice this loud. You'll be able to hear me.
If I wanted to be talking to the crowd this big, I think I would use a voice about this loud without over-asserting myself if I was trying to speak to 1,000 people at once. And of course, if I wanted to make my point so that you heard me. It can also be done from this spot.
You look kind of small down there, if I'm being honest. I don't think it does it justice just how far away you are. Yep.
Sometimes I think everybody talks about the theater as this is the one person who's projecting the voice to all. I'm under a funny feeling that the gods, like Zeus, liked all the people together to sing or to say something in uniform, or they would put on plays so that everyone in the audience would react the same way. That combined reaction of emotion of 1,000 times gives 1,000 times the strength of that emotional, energetic feeling. And that gets accumulated here at 1,000 times that energetic field and gets beamed through right to the temple, feeding the energetic needs of the gods because they were energy first. Yeah, I just came up here and noticed these metal tie pins to lock one block to the other.
We've seen that before.
Yeah, if we go this way, we'll see one or two more. Oh, there's one there. And another one here. It's interesting, the tie pins, because the tie pins, although the ancients did do tie pins like this, well, this is ancient, of course, but the super ancient ones were always dovetailed, like a fan this way and a fan that way, kind of like a V, to make sure this never slipped out. These were done with a peg down in and through and a peg down in, which I think is a newer technology. So this, if you look at this stonework of this ring going around, see how it looks slightly, I don't know. It could have been a later addition. The main theater was this, and then they added more seating to it at a later time, because that is a little bit later.
Look how much smaller the blocks are used as well.
A little bit smaller blocks, maybe? Yeah. So the theater was originally built to here and then extended at a later point to make it even bigger. Yep. I bet you nobody knows that. Anyway, yeah, that's an interesting point. It was built in 2 phases. Yet that's still very, very almost as megalithic as this. Slightly smaller blocks, just a hint smaller. So it was built very close after this one.
Could be later, could be sooner. Probably a later thing, but it's interesting. It's almost like a guardrail post was here. Later.